What do you two have in common?
I would say we both grew up in Memphis, but because of the experiences we had growing up in this city, we both felt like we had to leave in order to become who we needed to be. Would you agree? When people ask me where I'm from, I usually say that I'm from Memphis, which usually elicits surprised reactions.
When people ask me, I say I'm from Memphis too, and then I get a puzzled look, and then I have to say, oh, you know, Elvis Presley. So my mother's recipe, which I tried to make.
They're so beautiful.
The taste is almost the same.
They're really good.
Yeah, they're not bad. The bottom burnt, but it's okay.
I kind of like it. The culture of Chinese people in Memphis has mostly been a culture of survival. We've kept silent about a lot of our experiences, and that silence has led to an invisibility.
In the Chinese culture, I think you want to save face, but with the newer generation, it's different.
The kinds of challenges that the older generation had to overcome, I think sometimes it's easy to take those things for granted.
Look at your little shoes. Your Mary Janes.
I remember posing for that.
Is your hair naturally that curly?
My mother loved to perm my hair so it'd be curly.
Oh, okay.
The word assimilation can mean many things. Does it mean that I wear American clothes and not Chinese dress? I speak English. I feel more American, but I would like to say that I am Chinese American.
Assimilation is something that a lot of my elders were struggling with. They wanted to preserve their culture, but at the same time, they wanted their kids to blend in at school. They didn't want to make waves. The history that is uniquely us is our story of immigrating to the US while also learning the culture of the South.
Assimilate is kind of how we were brought up. You know, try not to be too Asian. You're lucky your name doesn't sound Asian, it's done. That was just kind of how the 80s were. You know, you enjoy the food, but we weren't really taught Chinese. You know, that was kind of purposeful.
Being Chinese put me in the category of other, because the conversation here is still very much black versus white. Growing up, I felt stuck in between that. So people didn't know what to think about me. They're like, you're not black, but you're also not white.
You're always a minority. In other words, you know, you're always a minority where you were from a business standpoint, where you lived, or where you went to school. You're always part of a minority. I never felt that you fit in any one particular world. You were aware of the fact that you were Chinese, and you were aware of the fact that you lived in an African-American neighborhood, but you went to school in a predominantly white type school.
People, when they are confronted with something they're not familiar with, their response is often to be afraid or to express that fear in unpleasant ways. So that came across in the form of bullying or being ostracized in certain ways.
People see you completely as Chinese, but yet you're not brought up that way. So it was a very weird tension. Why do people see me differently than how I feel? I mean, I just feel like a person.
It wasn't easy at the time, I think, and that led to me really hating being Chinese, because for me that was the one part that created the biggest difference from my surroundings.
Today, a lot of us have to play with that tension of, am I Chinese or am I American? Now we have an opportunity to reflect, examine, and think about who do we want to be moving forward.